Let me ask you something serious. If you lost your job tomorrow, how long could you survive? 1 month? 2 months? A week? Studies show that nearly 60% of Americans cannot cover a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. 60%. That means the majority of people working hard, earning money every single month, are one bad day away from financial disaster. And here's the painful truth nobody wants to say out loud. It's not because they don't earn enough. It's because nobody ever taught them the rules. See, wealthy people operate by a completely different set of money rules. Rules they learned early. Rules they live by every single day. And those rules are the reason the gap between the rich and everyone else keeps growing wider every year. But today, that changes for you. Because in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to hand you the exact 10 money rules that financially successful people swear by. These aren't theories. These aren't motivational quotes. These are battle-tested principles that will fundamentally change how you think about, manage, and grow your money forever. Rule number 7 is the one that will shock you the most. Most people do the complete opposite, and it's quietly destroying their financial future. Let's go. Rule 1. Pay yourself first. Rule number 1. Pay yourself first. Here is how most people handle their paycheck. Money comes in, they pay rent, pay bills, buy groceries, spend on entertainment, and then whatever is left over, if anything, goes into savings. That is completely backwards. Wealthy people do the opposite. The moment money hits their account, before bills, before food, before anything, a set percentage goes directly into savings and investments. Automatically. Non negociable. This concept was made famous by George Clason in his classic book, The Richest Man in Babylon. The principle is simple. Keep at least 10% of everything you earn for yourself first. When you pay yourself first, you force yourself to live on the rest. You stop treating savings as optional. You stop saying, I'll save whatever's left, because there is never anything left when you do it that way. Set up an automatic transfer on payday, even if it's just $50 or $100 to start. Make it automatic so you never have to think about it or talk yourself out of it. This single rule, done consistently for years, has created more millionaires than any investment strategy ever invented. Rule 2. Spend less than you earn. Rule number 2. Spend less than you earn. Always. I know, you've heard this before, but hear me out, because most people think they follow this rule, and they absolutely do not. The average American household spends $1.33 for every $1 they earn. That means millions of families are going backward financially every single month, quietly, slowly, without realizing it, funded by credit cards and consumer debt. The formula for wealth is not complicated. It is brutally simple. Income minus expenses equals what you keep. And what you keep is what you invest. And what you invest is what makes you rich. If your expenses equal or exceed your income, it doesn't matter how much you earn. A doctor earning $300,000 a year who spends $310,000 is broker than a teacher earning $50,000 who spends $40,000. The gap between what you earn and what you spend, that gap is your wealth engine. Protect it, grow it, guard it with your life. Rule 3. Build an emergency fund. Rule number 3. Build your emergency fund before you do anything else. Before you invest. Before you pay extra on debt. Before you do anything, you need a financial safety net. Financial experts recommend keeping 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a liquid, accessible account. Not invested, not locked away. Accessible within 24 to 48 hours if needed. Here's why this rule is non-negotiable. Without an emergency fund, every unexpected expense becomes a financial crisis. Car breaks down, credit card. Medical bill, credit card. Job loss, credit card. And suddenly you're trapped in a debt spiral that takes years to escape. But with an emergency fund, a car repair is just a minor inconvenience. A medical bill is manageable. A job loss gives you breathing room to find the right opportunity instead of the desperate one. Your emergency fund is not an investment. It's insurance. It's the foundation that allows every other financial strategy to work. Start with a goal of $1,000. then build to 1 month of expenses, then 3, then 6, step by step. Keep it in a high-yield savings account, so it at least earns something while it sits there protecting you. Rule 4. Avoid bad debt like the plague. Rule number 4. Avoid bad debt like your financial life depends on it, because it does. Now let me be clear. Not all debt is bad. There is such a thing as good debt, debt used to acquire assets that grow in value or generate income. A mortgage on a rental property, a business loan, a student loan for a high-earning career. These can be smart financial tools. Bad debt is the opposite. Bad debt is money borrowed to buy things that lose value, or worse, things that are already gone by the time you finish paying for them. Credit card debt at 20 to 29% interest. Car loans on vehicles you can't afford. Buy now, pay later schemes for clothes and gadgets. Personal loans for vacations. Here's the brutal math. If you carry $5,000 in credit card debt at 24% interest and only make minimum payments, you will pay back nearly $12,000 total, and it will take you over 17 years to pay it off. For $5,000, bad debt steals from your future self. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that could have been compounding in an investment account instead. Attack bad debt aggressively. Pay it off as fast as humanly possible. And once it's gone, never go back. Rule 5. Invest early and consistently. Rule number 5. Invest early, invest consistently, and never stop. Time is the most powerful force in personal finance. Not income, not intelligence, not connections. Time. Let me show you exactly how powerful with a simple comparison. Sarah starts investing $200 a month at age 22. She stops at age 32, just 10 years of investing. Then she never invests another dollar. Mike starts investing $200 a month at age 32. He invests every single month until age 62, 30 full years of consistent investing. Who has more money at 62? Sarah, who stopped investing 30 years earlier. Why? Because she gave compound interest 40 years to work instead of 30. Her early start was worth more than Mike's extra 2 decades of contributions. That is how powerful time is. The best time to start investing was the day you got your first paycheck. The second best time is today. Not next month. Not when you have more money. Today. Start with whatever you have. $25, $50, $100. The amount matters far less than the habit. Rule 6. Diversify your income. Rule number 6. Never depend on a single source of income. Ever. This is one of the most important rules wealthy people live by, and one of the most ignored by everyone else. The average millionaire has not 1, not 2, but 7 streams of income. 7. Meanwhile, most people have 1, their job, and if that disappears tomorrow, everything collapses. Your job is not job security. Your job is one decision away from being eliminated. One bad quarter. One new CEO. One economic downturn. Gone. Building multiple income streams doesn't mean you need to quit your job or work 20 hours a day. It means being intentional about creating additional flows of money over time. This could be dividends from investments, rental income from property, a side business or freelance work, selling digital products, affiliate income, royalties. You don't build all of these overnight. You build them one at a time, slowly, systematically, until your financial life no longer depends on any single source. When one stream slows down, the others keep flowing. That is real financial security. Rule 7. Your net worth matters more than your income. Rule number 7. And I promised you this one would shock you. Stop focusing on how much you make. Start focusing on how much you keep. In America, we are obsessed with income. How much do you earn is practically a status symbol. People brag about 6-figure salaries, big bonuses, raises, and promotions. But income is not wealth. Income is just money flowing through your hands. There are people earning $30,000 a year with a net worth of $200,000. And there are people earning $200,000 a year with a net worth of negative $50,000, buried in car payments, mortgage debt, and credit cards just to maintain a lifestyle that looks rich but isn't. Net worth is what you actually own minus what you owe. Assets minus liabilities. That number is your financial reality. not your salary. A fancy car does not build net worth. It destroys it. A big house you can barely afford doesn't build net worth. Neither does designer clothing, luxury vacations charged to credit cards, or upgrading your phone every year. What builds net worth? Investments, assets, things that appreciate, things that pay you. Shift your obsession from income to net worth. Track it monthly. Watch it grow. That is the number that sets you free. Rule 8. Live below your means. Not at your means. Rule number 8. Lie below your means, not at them. There is a dangerous trap called lifestyle inflation. Every time your income goes up, your spending goes up to match it. Bigger apartment, nicer car, better restaurants, fancier vacations. You earn more, you spend more, and somehow, you never actually get ahead. Wealthy people are famous for resisting lifestyle inflation. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He drives modest cars. He eats at McDonald's. Now you don't have to be Warren Buffett. But the principle is critical. Every time you get a raise, commit to saving and investing at least 50% of that increase before your lifestyle adjusts to it. You are living fine before the raise. Keep living that way a little longer and funnel the difference into wealth building. The goal is not to look rich. The goal is to be rich. And those two things are very often completely opposite. Appearing wealthy keeps you poor. Being wealthy lets you live on your own terms, quietly, powerfully, free. Rule 9. Protect your wealth. Rule number 9. Building wealth is only half the job. Protecting it is the other half. Most people spend their entire lives focused on making money. Almost nobody thinks about protecting it until it's too late. There are 4 major wealth destroyers you must guard against. First, inadequate insurance. One serious medical event, one lawsuit, one natural disaster without proper coverage can wipe out years of wealth building in a single moment. Health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, liability coverage. These are not optional. They are your financial armor. Second, taxes. The wealthy don't just earn money. They structure their finances to legally minimize taxes. Tax advantage accounts like 401 Burmese Chats and IRAs, business structures, deductions. Used properly, these save you tens of thousands of dollars over a lifetime. Third, inflation. Money sitting idle loses purchasing power every year. Keeping everything in cash is a slow, invisible wealth destroyer. Your money must be invested and growing at a rate that at minimum beats inflation. Fourth, bad advice and scams. Every year, people lose billions of dollars to bad investments, financial scams, and unqualified advice. Be skeptical. Do your research. If something sounds too good to be true, it is. Build your wealth. Then guard it like it's everything. Because it is. Rule 10. Make financial education a lifelong habit. Rule number 10. The most successful financial decision you will ever make is never stopping your financial education. The world of money changes constantly. Tax laws change. New investment vehicles emerge. Economic conditions shift. The strategies that worked in your parents' generation may not be enough in yours. The wealthy are obsessive learners. They read books. They study markets. They listen to people smarter than them. They're always sharpening their financial knowledge. The average CEO reads 52 books a year. The average American reads fewer than one. You don't need to become a financial expert, but you do need to understand the basics of budgeting, investing, taxation, insurance, and debt management. Because when you don't understand these things, other people make decisions about your money for you, and they're not always looking out for your interests. Start with these books. The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. 1 book a month, 12 books a year. In 5 years, you will know more about money than 95% of the population. Knowledge is the investment that never loses value. Compound it relentlessly. All right, let's bring it all together. Here are your 10 money rules for financial success. Here's the thing about these rules. None of them require you to be born rich. None of them require a high salary or a fancy degree. They just require a decision. A decision to think differently about money than the majority of people around you. The majority is broke. You don't have to be. Start with one rule. Master it. Then add another. Build the habits slowly, and you will look back in 5 years completely amazed at how far you've come. If this video gave you value today, please hit the like button right now. It takes 1 second, and it genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this information. Subscribe if you haven't already. We drop new videos every week on building real financial freedom. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Which of these 10 rules do you need to work on the most? Be honest. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next video.